Let's be brutally honest. Women don't fall for the guy who worships the ground they walk on. They don't chase the man who constantly reassures them, showers them with compliments, and makes himself too available. In fact, the more you try to prove your worth, the less she values you. But what if I told you that the key to making a woman desire you, obsess over you, is to do the exact opposite? Ignore her, pull back, create distance. The moment she feels like she's losing you, that's when she wants you the most. Sounds twisted, right? But that's exactly how attraction works. Women are wired to crave what they can't have. The thrill of the chase, the tension of uncertainty, it's what keeps them interested. And when a man steps back and stops giving her the attention she expects, it triggers something powerful in her mind. She starts to question her own desirability. She starts to wonder why you're not reacting like every other guy. And that's when she falls. Hard. See, the problem most men face is that they're too predictable. They follow the same routine. Text her good morning, check in throughout the day, shower her with attention. And guess what? She gets bored. Fast. Why? Because there's no challenge. There's no emotional roller coaster. She knows she has you wrapped around her finger. But when you start pulling back, everything changes. She starts replaying every conversation in her head, trying to figure out where she went wrong. She wonders if you're losing interest, if you found someone else. And in that confusion, she becomes emotionally invested. The reality is, women fall hardest for the men who make them work for it, the men who don't give them everything up front, the men who know their value and don't seek validation. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this principle to your advantage. How to make her think about you nonstop, crave your presence, and chase you like never before. Stay with me, because once you understand this, your entire approach to attraction will change forever. 1. Women crave what they can't have. Women don't chase what's easily available. They chase what feels just out of reach. It's human nature. When something seems too easy to get, we take it for granted. But when something feels rare or uncertain, we suddenly want it more. This is exactly how attraction works. Think about it. Why do luxury brands never go on sale? Because exclusivity makes people desire them even more. The same principle applies to relationships. If you're always there, always available, and always eager to please, she won't see you as valuable. She'll assume she has you whenever she wants, and that kills attraction. Now, let's break this down into reality. Imagine two guys. Guy A texts her every morning, replies instantly, and constantly asks her to hang out. He's predictable. There's no challenge, no excitement. She knows she has him. Guy B takes his time. He doesn't flutter with messages. He's busy, focused on his life, and doesn't drop everything for her. And what happens? She starts thinking about him, wondering why he's not like the others. Is he interested? Does he have options? Her curiosity grows, and suddenly, she's the one chasing. This is why the men who keep a sense of mystery, who don't lay all their cards on the table, are the ones who make women fall the hardest. She needs to feel like she's earning your attention, not that it's being handed to her. When a woman feels like she can't fully have you, her desire skyrockets. She starts craving the validation of knowing she matters to you. But the moment she feels like she already has you, effortlessly, the excitement fades. If you want to make a woman fall harder, you have to understand this one thing. Scarcity creates value. And when you become a scarce resource, she won't be able to get you off her mind. 2. Attention is her drug. Cut off the supply. Attention is like a drug for women. They crave it, feed off it, and seek it constantly. The moment you give it to them in unlimited amounts, they get high on it. But just like any addict, when the supply is cut off, they start to panic. Women thrive on male attention. It's why social media is flooded with selfies, why she keeps guys around who she'll never date, and why she responds to compliments but never commits. She enjoys the validation, but she doesn't necessarily want the guy giving it to her. That's the trap most men fall into. They think giving more attention will make her like them. In reality, it does the opposite. Now, let's put this into perspective. Imagine a guy named Jake. He's been texting this girl non-stop. Every morning, he sends a good morning text. Throughout the day, he checks in, responds instantly, and floods her with compliments. She enjoys it, sure, but does she respect it? No, he's too available, too predictable. She knows he'll always be there, so she keeps him around for entertainment, but she doesn't want him. Then there's another guy. Let's call him Ryan. Ryan doesn't play that game. He's selective with his attention. He's not rude, but he's also not desperate. He might reply hours later, or sometimes not at all. He's busy. He doesn't double text. And suddenly, she starts wondering why. Why isn't he like the others? Is he talking to someone else? Did I do something wrong? This is the shift. By cutting off the steady supply of attention, you create demand. She starts craving your validation. She needs to know that she still has an effect on you. That uncertainty makes her work harder to earn your attention. If you flood her with attention, she'll overdose and get bored. But if you pull back, if you make her feel the absence, she'll start chasing. Because to her, the most attractive man isn't the one who gives her attention. It's the one who makes her earn it. 3. The more you chase, the faster she runs. Nothing kills attraction faster than chasing a woman. The moment she senses you're the one trying harder, she loses interest. It's not because she's cruel, it's because she doesn't respect what comes too easily. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the girls you ignore seem to come back around, but the ones you pursue pull away? It's no coincidence. The more effort you put in, the less effort she feels she has to make. She knows you're invested, so she doesn't have to be. This is where most men get it wrong. They believe that persistence is key, that if they just show her how much they care, she'll eventually come around. But in reality, the moment you start proving yourself to her, she subconsciously places you below her. And once she sees you as a man who's trying to win her over, she sees you as weaker. Women want a man they can admire, not one who follows them around like a lost puppy. A woman needs to feel like she's earning your time, your effort, and your energy. If you're the one constantly initiating, checking in, and chasing, she never gets the chance to feel that emotional tension. And let's be honest, we've all been there. You meet a woman you really like, and suddenly, she's all you think about. You start texting more, planning dates, and trying to impress her. But instead of appreciating it, she starts pulling away. She responds slower, cancels plans, and seems less interested. Meanwhile, the guy who barely acknowledges her existence, she can't stop thinking about him. She checks her phone for his texts, wonders why he's not reaching out, and even makes excuses to see him. Why? Because he's a challenge, and women don't fall for men who make things easy. So here's the hard truth. The moment you start chasing a woman, she has you. She knows she's in control, and she no longer has to put in any effort. But when you stop chasing, when you pull back and focus on yourself, the entire dynamic shifts. She starts wondering why you're not like the others, and once she starts chasing you, that's when real attraction begins. 4. Ignoring her triggers. Her insecurities. Women are not as confident as they seem. No matter how attractive she is, how many followers she has, or how many guys are after her, she still has insecurities. And nothing triggers those insecurities more than a man who doesn't give her the validation she expects. But here's the problem. Most men are too blind to see this. They assume women are these untouchable goddesses who never doubt themselves. So what do? They worship her. They throw compliments at her, flood her DMs, and try to prove they're good enough. But instead of making her attracted, they make her comfortable, and comfort never creates attraction. Wake up. Women don't value what's easily given. They value what they have to work for. When you ignore her, when you stop giving her the attention she's used to, you flip the script. Suddenly, she's the one questioning herself. Why isn't he giving me attention? Did I do something wrong? Is he losing interest? This is where the shift happens. The moment she starts feeling uncertain, her desire to win you over grows. Women don't chase men because they want love. They chase men because they want to feel desired. And if she doesn't know where she stands with you, that feeling intensifies. But let's be real. Most guys never make it to this stage. They break the moment she pulls back. They panic, double text, beg for her attention, or worse, ask her what's wrong. That's when she knows she has control. And once a woman knows she has you, she stops valuing you. So what's the move? Simple. Stop feeding her ego. Stop playing the role of the nice guy who's always there, always waiting, always proving himself. Instead, let her feel the absence of your attention. Let her sit with the discomfort. Let her wonder, That's when she starts craving your validation more than ever. Attraction isn't about proving yourself to her, it's about making her prove herself to you. And the men who understand this, they're the ones women fall the hardest for. 5. She starts competing for your validation. Women love competition, especially when it comes to a man's attention. The moment she feels like she has to earn your validation instead of just receiving it, her entire mindset shifts. Suddenly, it's not about you wanting her, it's about her proving she's worth your time. But most men never let it get to this point. They give up their validation like it's free candy. They compliment her, chase her, text her nonstop, and shower her with attention she hasn't even worked for. And what happens? She enjoys it, but she doesn't value it. Because anything that's given too easily loses its worth. Now, here's the key. When you start ignoring her, when you stop giving her automatic validation, she starts feeling something uncomfortable, a lack of control. And women hate feeling like they don't have control over a man's attention. She starts wondering, why isn't he giving me attention like the others? Does he even like me? Is there another girl? And that's when she starts competing, not with other women, with herself. She wants to prove to herself that she can get you. She starts texting first, dressing better around you, even subtly trying to grab your attention in ways you wouldn't expect. All because she wants to feel like she still has an effect on you. But here's where most men fail. They ruin it by giving in too soon. The moment she shows a little interest, they get excited and go back to chasing. Wrong move. That just confirms to her that she had you all along and the game is over. The secret? Keep your frame. Let her work for your validation. Reward her only when she's actually earned it. When she invests in you, when she reaches out, makes plans, or tries harder, then and only then do you give her a taste of what she wants. Because the moment she feels like she has to win you over, she'll start chasing. And once she's chasing, she's falling. 6. She values what she can't easily have. Women are wired to desire what feels just out of reach. The moment something feels too easy, it loses its appeal. This is why the men who are too available, too nice, and too eager rarely get the woman they want. She may appreciate them, but she won't desire them. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about playing childish games. It's about human nature. People value what they have to work for. It's why a woman will ignore a dozen guys in her DMs, but obsess over the one man who barely acknowledges her. It's why she gets bored with the guy who's always there, but keeps chasing the one who's unpredictable. This is where most men mess up. They think being available will make her like them more. They respond instantly, agree to everything, and prioritize her over their own lives. But what does that signal to her? That you're too easy to get, that she doesn't have to earn you. And once she realizes that, her attraction fades. On the other hand, when you're selective with your attention, when you don't always reply immediately, when you don't drop everything for her, when you make her wonder where she stands with you, you become valuable in her eyes. Because now, she has to put in effort. And effort creates emotional investment. Think about the most valuable things in life: money, success, status. None of them come easily. That's why people respect them. The same rule applies to attraction. If she doesn't feel like she earned your attention, she won't value it. So stop making it easy. Stop acting like you're just grateful for her attention. Instead, make her qualify for yours. The harder she has to work, the more she'll want you. And once she wants you, she'll fall hard. 7. Her ego can't handle. Being ignored, women are used to attention. From the moment they step outside, they're getting looks, compliments, and validation, whether in person or online. It's a daily part of their reality. So when a man doesn't give her that attention, it bothers her more than she'll ever admit. Most guys make the mistake of thinking women are emotionally invincible, like rejection doesn't affect them. But here's the truth. Women hate feeling invisible, especially from a man they expect attention from. It's a direct hit to their ego, and the more attractive she is, the worse it is. She's used to guys bending over backward, flooding her DMs, and craving her presence. But when you don't act like the rest, when you don't react to her looks or her games, she starts to question herself. Wait, why isn't he looking at me? Why hasn't he texted me back? Every other guy gives me attention. What's different about him? This is where the shift happens. That small gap in her mind, the uncertainty, the confusion, it grows. It keeps her thinking about you when she normally wouldn't. It makes her curious. And curiosity is the first step toward obsession. But here's where most men fail. They break too soon. The moment she gives them a little interest, they come running back, undoing all the work. And what happens? She wins. She gets her validation, her ego is restored, and suddenly, she's not interested anymore. So what's the move? Stay in control. Don't feed her ego just because she finally gives you a little attention. Make her prove she's worth your time. The longer she has to sit with that feeling of being ignored, the more desperate she becomes to get your attention back. And when she wants your attention, that's when you truly have the power. Ignore her and watch her ego start working against her. That's when she falls. 8. She overthinks when you don't chase. One thing most men don't realize is that women are professional overthinkers, especially when it comes to relationships and attraction. When a guy is constantly chasing, texting, and complimenting her, she doesn't have to think much. Everything is obvious. She knows exactly how you feel. There's no mystery, no challenge, and no tension. But when you don't chase, when you ignore her, when you don't give her the validation she expects, you trigger her natural tendency to overanalyze. She starts replaying every interaction. Did I say something wrong? Why hasn't he texted me back yet? Maybe he doesn't like me, or maybe he's just busy. The silence becomes loud. And this is powerful because while you're out there living your life, doing your thing, she's in her head creating stories, imagining scenarios, and worst of all, comparing herself to other women. And you know what happens when she starts overthinking? She becomes emotionally invested. Emotional investment is the real reason women fall hard. It's not just your looks, money, or status. It's how much emotional energy she's putting into thinking about you. And when you ignore her, you're making sure that energy is directed towards you. Now, here's the issue. Most guys feel guilty when they sense a woman is overthinking. They rush in to clarify, to reassure her, to make sure she's okay. Don't fall for it. That's just you destroying all the tension you built up. Let her overthink. Let her stay up late, wondering if you're losing interest. Let her check your social media without liking anything. Let her analyze your words, your texts, your silence. Because every second she's overthinking, she's becoming more attached. That's when you know she's hooked. Not when she says she likes you, but when she can't get you out of her head. And the best part, you're not even doing anything. You're just holding your frame and letting nature take its course. 9. She feels like she's losing control. Women love to feel in control when it comes to dating. They want to believe they can attract, keep, and manipulate a man's attention whenever they want. But when you ignore her, when you don't react the way most guys do, she feels something uncomfortable. She's not in control anymore, and that feeling drives her crazy. She's used to men chasing, texting first, double texting when she ignores them, and trying harder when she pulls back. But when you don't follow that script, it disrupts her expectations. Suddenly, she's the one feeling uncertain. Why isn't he acting like the others? Why doesn't he care that I pulled away? I thought I had him, but now I'm not so sure. This loss of control creates panic, and when people panic, they act on emotion instead of logic. That's when she starts doing things she never thought she'd do, texting first, stalking your socials, or even making excuses to see you. This is how emotional attraction really works. Women don't fall for men they control, they fall for men they can't control. The harder she tries to regain control and fails, the more obsessed she becomes. But here's where men mess up. The moment they see her coming back, they get too excited and start giving her all the attention she originally ignored. And just like that, she gets her control back, and you lose her interest again. The key is balance. You're not ignoring her to be petty. You're ignoring her because you refuse to be controlled. You're showing her that her usual tactics don't work on you, that if she wants your attention, she has to earn it. And when she realizes she's not in control of your interest, that's when she falls the hardest. 10. She starts to chase you. The moment a woman realizes she can't control you, her instincts kick in. She has to get you back. This is the part most men never experience because they chase too soon, breaking the tension before she even has a chance to feel it. But if you hold your ground, if you stay disciplined, she'll do something most guys never expect. she'll start chasing you. At first, it's subtle. Maybe she sends a random hey or likes your posts. Maybe she asks about you through mutual friends. But the longer you don't react, the more effort she'll put in. She'll start texting first, making excuses to see you, or even bringing up old conversations just to re-engage. Why? Because she needs your attention again. It's no longer about whether she likes you. It's about winning back what she lost. And this is the ultimate shift in power. She's no longer the prize. You are. But here's where most men ruin everything. They get excited and start giving her too much attention all at once. They act like the chase is over, like they've won. And the moment she senses that, she pulls back again. So what's the move? Keep her chasing. Reward her interest slowly. Let her work for your time, your attention, your validation. Give her just enough to keep her coming back, but never so much that she feels comfortable. Because the second she feels like she's in control again, the chase dies. The truth is, attraction isn't about tricks or games. It's about power dynamics. The person who cares less always has the advantage. And when you ignore her, when you stop giving her easy validation, you force her to become the one who cares more. At that point, she's no longer falling for who you are. She's falling for the emotional roller coaster you've put her on. The mystery, the unpredictability, the challenge. That's what makes you irresistible. So remember, when you ignore her, she doesn't just fall, she chases. And when she starts chasing you, you'll know you've played the game right. Here's the harsh truth. Women don't truly fall for the men who give them everything. They fall for the ones who keep them guessing. Most men waste their time proving their worth, trying to convince a woman to like them. But the real power comes from doing the opposite, stepping back, holding your ground, and making her work for you. And if you think this doesn't work, ask yourself this. Why do women always chase the men who treat them with indifference? Why do they stay up at night wondering about the one guy who didn't chase them? The answer is simple. The moment you become too available, you become invisible. So the next time you feel the urge to chase, text, or seek validation, don't. Sit back. Watch what happens. Because when you do this right, she won't just fall for you. She'll struggle to get you out of her head. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever ignored a woman and seen her chase you? Or did you make the mistake of showing too much interest? Drop your experiences in the comments. I'll be reading them and responding. Let's talk.